Hey friends, welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube where you can get a professional tarot card reading from a Greek that's not on a Greek island. It's in a haunted house in a creepy graveyard. Ugh. Where is that lighter? I hope I can find it. I don't understand where it's gone to because if anybody's here, let me know. Hey, Yang. Good to see you, girl. It's good to see somebody I like. Oh, the fuckery today was... Oh, I don't even know my name. I kind of know my name, but I'm just like, I just want to say fuck the IRS. Fuck you, Georgia State taxes too. Wait, was I supposed to wait 5 minutes before I cussed YouTube? I can't remember. Fuck it. I'm not even going to say part of my French. Oh, man. Oh, unbelievable today, you guys. Just absolutely. Hold on a second. 1 second. One slacky. All right. I got my drink. All right. So I usually start working on the taxes early. I started working on the taxes. I've been working on it for a couple weeks. So I'm like, okay, today's the deadline. I'll go ahead and file. Well, today's not the deadline, but a couple days ago, right? What happens? Billing error. Billing error at TurboTax. So I call the number that they give me under the little help thing. It wasn't very helpful. The guy's like, well, you have to call the financial department for that. The phone number is blah, 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 blah. Of course, he was the financial department, but they were getting ready to close, so he didn't want to help me. But he didn't say that. So he sent me over to support. Support was like, yeah, we'll help you. Try paying in incognito mode. Clear your cache in all your browser. Blah, 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 blah. So I tried with 3 different browsers, 3 different incognitos, cleared all the cache and everything from all-time history. Nothing worked. Finally get a hold of them after 6 hours on the phone today, so that they can tell me, oh, there was a hold on your card because last tax season you asked for a refund for the service. And I said, yeah, because the service didn't work. How can you charge somebody $200 for premium service when nobody helped me do my taxes? Nobody's trying to help me do my taxes. And when I get a customer support agent or the person that is supposed to be a tax professional to help me has no fucking idea how to answer my question. So it's like everything looks fine. Everything looks great on my taxes, right? Hey, Dollface. Hey, Sophie. Welcome back to the Chammy. The only Chammy where you might see me standing on my head and doing tarot cards at the same time. So yeah. TurboTax tells me everything's fine with my taxes. Everything's fine with Dad's taxes. I go to pay. I get them to take the block off. They gave me this stupid little service code just for the inconvenience so that I would get like a percentage off of the payments. It didn't work. So I called them back. I'm like, look, this service code you gave me. And the bitch was so rude. So rude. And she hung up on me and made me cry. So I cried for about an hour. And then I got back on the phone and I called again. And they're like, all of our representatives are at lunch until 1:45 p.m. Pacific Standard. I'm like, this is why people kill themselves. Now I know why. I was like, that's it. Maybe I should just start cutting myself. Like, sorry, I'm not trying to make suicide is not a funny thing. Hurting yourself is not a funny thing. But today I was feeling it. I could not believe how bipolar TurboTax, bipolar 2, 3, 4, 10, if there is one. I'd get one person on the phone who knew what they were talking about, but because, and knew how to answer the questions, but they're like, but because I'm not in that department, I'm not going to tell you anything that I know. So I asked them for a refund today. They're like, well, we can't help you with that. We know that you have to file, through snail mail, but we can't give you a refund. It's not showing a payment processed or anything like that on our side. Yeah, it already went through on my bank. So I decided to get drunk as much as I can on a can of beer that has 5% alcohol, and come here and bitch about it and complain about it and cry about it like a little sissy girl that I am when it comes to taxes. Yesterday was the last day for filing taxes, yes. So TurboTax made me all these promises like, oh, we'll help you file your extension for free, and then we'll process your taxes for free. None of that happened. In fact, the URL they gave me to file an extension on the 15th didn't even work. It didn't even fucking work. So it doesn't really matter if I file or not, because somebody else claims me as their dependent. But if they didn't, how much of a free would this be? It doesn't even matter if I file my taxes or not. I just do. Despite the quite depressing income I make. Yeah, please press 1. Please be up 30 minutes later. Please press. Oh, and the worst thing is when they answer the phone and pretend they can't hear you. And then I called back, and the second the lady answered the phone, my phone died. It's just like, what? I hate this. So Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Bye-bye. See you next week. It was just a mess. I don't want to ever do it again. Don't make me do it again. I used to be able to file taxes, e-file it, but since I started working for Mystic Sense, unfortunately, they feel that they don't have to help me with my taxes or send me any forms or anything like that. But legally, they are supposed to send me a 1099 showing what the net was that I made, as well as showing the gross income, as well as showing the fees that they take from me. So, because it is over $600, but when you ask them about it, they're just like, sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. Because the way Mystic Sense is set up is it's out of the UK. Okay, the owner is in England, or was. But the business is out of Texas, which I guess is a tax-free state. So anybody who works for them, it's not in a tax-free state. I can't imagine anybody, makes anything working there with only 5,000 hits a month. Was I in the line to have to prove? No, I wasn't. I didn't have to prove who I was. They've never asked me to prove who I was. I mean, I could be John Doe from nowhere and be messing around with my tax file just because I have the right info. You know what I mean? They would never know. But tomorrow or today, after I take a nap, I'm going to be calling the FTC. I'm going to be calling the IRS. And I'm going to be complaining about TurboTax. Because I'm tired of being scammed. They should tell people, hey, you can't e-file. The only reason that I can't e-file is because I have forms that are not accepted as an e-file. They're just not accepted in 2024 in this modern advanced society. They're forms that aren't eligible for e-filing. So I'm gonna call FTC and complain about the TurboTax scam. They should tell you if you qualify for e-file or not. I mean, how am I supposed to know? I've never done this shit. And then they think, I guess, because I talked to them about their incorrect errors on their website after they admitted that it was their problem, not mine, that I like owe them any kind of money. Suck my dick, TurboTax. Suck my big fat green dick. God, sorry, that was a really bad play on my big fat Greek wedding. But yeah, so, and then I'm gonna complain about Mystic Sense. Yeah, you heard me, bitches. It's illegal. I clearly stated today on Google from the IRS that it's literally like it's kind of against the law for you guys to not give me a 1099 form at least when I make more than $600 a year working for you guys, and you take $3,000 worth of fees from me. So yeah, I think I made like $4,000 from them this year. And if you take away the 50% of the income, because if you have any amount you make there, say you have a 5-minute phone call and you charge $2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's a $10 phone call. They're going to get 5 and I'm going to get 5. At the end of the day, that adds up after 365 days working 12 hours a day for them. They give, and it even says in their terms of service that the money that they use for the fees are to market me as a psychic for their website. They don't talk to me. They don't talk about me. And they don't help me in any way. Every time I try to update my profile, your picture's too ugly. You look like you have a record on your head. I'm always getting discriminated for the way that I look. But nobody complains about the toothless, cross-eyed ogres calling themselves mystics at Mystic Sense. So I have a lot of complaining to do again in the morning. I mean, what would you do? What would you do if you worked for somebody and they told you we can't help you with your taxes, even though legally they're supposed to give you a form because you make more than $600 from them and they take more than $600 in fees? I wonder if it's going to be like this for YouTube. I wonder if they're going to tell me the same thing next year. At this point, the whole work year I had last year, I don't want to do it again. Was it worth it? It was worth it to meet you guys, but the hard work that I put in last year to make the piddling sums I made, it's to be criminal. Like, just don't sleep. Maybe you'll make twice as much money next year, Chloe. Damn, a long line outside of the IRS. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just so done with it. Did anybody else have a better experience doing their taxes this year? Yeah, it was awesome that he has thought about it. Yeah, he wants to spend time with you, but he's too in his head about it. I think that I think you both are kind of just feeling the same thing, Maria. If you're feeling that vibration of uncertainty, he's going to pick up on it, and you're only picking up on it because he's feeling it. I mean, it's just science. I could be wrong, but usually I'm not. So yeah, if you are self-employed and you make less than $12,250 and somebody claims you as a dependent, you don't need to file taxes. Even if someone doesn't claim you as a dependent and you make less than net $12,250, You don't need to file taxes. But if you work for somebody and you are a independent contractor like myself, is what my sixth sense calls me, you have to absolutely, if you are a business, send a 1099 form. You just went through that energy with your person. Yeah, and yeah, if you're starting to pick up bad vibrations from him, it's because he's feeling something bad vibrationally, not about you necessarily either, just about relationships in general. I think we all have wobbles. Like, why does the guy I've been in love with my whole life always pick trash over me? Why do you fucking do that? Stop. Okay, my mind is sharp. You're gonna be lucky if you make it through the night. Keep it up. Like, I just don't understand. Like, why you want to be fronting with me, fuck boys? I guess because I'm not a fuck girl. But still, it doesn't matter if you're a fuck girl or not. There's gonna always be a fuck boy out there that's gonna fuck with you. Do you guys watch Pearl? Let me link you into her channel because I just love her channel. And I can really relate to her. I think that Pearl has had a lot of shit talked about her because she's so fucking awesome. And I feel like as a society, you know, as women, we haven't really changed. It's just society's changed. I think we all still want the same things that women wanted 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 500 years ago. But I also think it's us women that are to blame for allowing it to go as far as it has. I don't think that the sexual revolution was meant to go so far as to cause what is happening now in dating, relating, and mating. So I really love that channel. I really love Pearl. I really like how she brings all the elements together of modern advanced society regarding women, regarding relationships, regarding dating, sex especially. Oh, him and the feminist basher, it's terrible. But I'm always right around the corner to tell them, you eat cheese, you're not a feminist. Fuck you. And they want to snare at me, or snore at me, or snort at me. But it's true. So if someone's going to pick on Pearl, especially the feminists, I'm here to pick on you, too. Good. You need to be more direct. I mean, I learned to be more direct, I think, as a kid, because I was dealing so much with adults, and I didn't realize as a kid how adults are more crooked than kids, to be quite honest. So I had to really feel people's vibrations out, follow my inner compass. Get in a car I'd never driven before, ever, to get away from problems. Oh, that's wonderful. Did you just do that recently, or did you do that before and then he kind of went to outer space? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, it sucks to have to assume things about people. Especially if all you're assuming is like bad stuff when nothing's wrong, you know? That's why I always like to assume that I have everything I want. I'm so excited to make the next $1 million, meet the next love of my life, drink the next beer, eat the next toaster strudel. Okay, good for you. Proud of you. Just make sure that, you take care of you. Because when you're not taking care of you, other people pick up on it from your vibrations. It's just natural. It's like, when you see an animal and you know not to touch it because you know that it's not touchable, or it might not feel so comfortable. That's your inner compass. What is a mini roadmap? A mini roadmap is not generally a general reading, but it's also not a Tacobox. So it's a little bit more straightforward than asking 3 questions and getting 5 cards because you get like 10 cards, 10 plus minutes. It's a little bit deeper, but it's not a general. It's just kind of getting you a little mini roadmap to your heart's desire, or kind of giving you an idea of where you need to go from here without having to get a huge general reading. Because general readings, I think, and in-depth readings are more like, well, I know which way I want to go, now what? You see what I mean? That's why I offer the mini roadmap, because not everybody needs a general reading. And then if somebody bought a mini roadmap and they want to add a 10 to it or something, another 10 minutes, they can and pull more cards and get more of a general idea of which way to go, or what's going, or what they need to know, or advice. Because, not everybody needs a 30-minute reading, but not everybody needs a 10-minute reading. Some people just need quick answers. Some people need more answers. And I found myself like doing $5 taco boxes that lasted 40 minutes. I can't be doing those. I can't be doing those anymore. Or people not understanding that, like, hey, I do grief counseling sessions. Why don't you just pay me $1 a minute? That's what we're essentially doing, and they'll just go on and on and on in the past. So, and that's why I've had to do like the freeze differently, because if I'll do just any question, people will walk all over me. Yeah, 40 minutes, you guys. That's why I changed it to $1 per minute, because $1 per card was becoming here, let me pay you $5 and talk to you for an hour just because nobody's here. That's why I also changed the free questions, because people were assuming that I do free readings like everybody else, and I don't. I do free questions, but only the yes or no, because I feel like I don't see anybody trying to change the standards for tarot card readers on YouTube. I mean, every time I'm looking up a live tarot card reading, if you guys see anybody that's not doing a 5, or if you see anybody that's not doing freeze, if you see anybody that's like, just let me know, because people show their tits for $5 here in the tarot section. Of course, me, I'll just have a t-shirt with tits on it. Nothing, I'm just being. Okay, you want to get a... Okay, honey. Yeah, you got a lot of transition going on in your life. I can't say it's all bad, though. Oh, look, I turned the cards over. It's the protection card. So, yeah, sometimes, Dollface, you just got to spell it out. Excuse me. I know Molly has been talking to someone for a while she really liked, and I guess he's just not moving fast enough for her, so she's like, peace out, which is fine. It's one thing if you feel like you can build upon something, but then it's something else if you feel like, you can, like, you have deep emotional feelings. Where are you trying to go? I don't have anything for you. I don't even have a lap to spare. Go lay down. I'm just getting my cards in. But yeah, so I'm just like, I think next year when I do taxes, so I'm going to make $1 million this year. Have somebody else do the taxes. Are you okay?
Yeah, I was looking for that ice cream bar you was having on the freezer. Did you ate it?
Yeah, everybody ate them.
Everybody, okay.
Why don't you eat some cheesecake?
No, stay with me 2 days for those.
Okay, I'm going to do a paid reading for somebody. Yang, do you have any specific questions you'd like to ask? Or do you want to just ask Spirit what you need to know about right now? Which one is... Yeah, absolutely. That is so important, Dollface. You know, you want to solidify that commitment, especially if that's someone you want, because you could be wasting your time on someone who does want a commitment that you like, or looking for somebody who wants a commitment that you like. I wish I was more like everybody else. I could just go and fly by the seat of my pants with it, but I just can't. I'm not attracted to anybody. And that's even more like when you're asexual, it's just, I don't know. I think there's different gray areas of defining asexuality. We've talked about that before on the chat. Many people are ignorant and think that it means you don't like sex. Many people don't, and that's not what it is at all. Many people don't understand that it's not just a gay thing. It's not just a lesbian thing. It's not just a bisexual thing. It's very much a heterosexual thing as well. And that's what the A on the end of LGBTQA stands for. A lot of the time we get forgotten about, especially for heterosexuals, because you don't think about heterosexuals in the LGBTQ plus A community, because for years it was just LGBTQ. They added the A much later. Really, traditionally, asexuality was about just being an ace. Like, you're the ace up the sleeve. Like, it could be anything. There could be anything that comes out of that. So, a tree is more attractive than most of the human beings I know or have met. So. Okay, no, I don't have any questions. I just what I need to know. Okay, sweetheart, Spirit, what does Yang need to know about her love life, her life, and where she's going with her new beginning here in her life? What is it that's the most important thing that you need to let her know right now, Spirit, through the cards? What's going on? I need direct messages from Spirit on this reading here. Advice and direct message from Spirit through the Liminal Space deck. Oh, man, the card fell upright on the floor. Yeah, why is she licking that foot like that? I'll have to check her foot in a minute. I hope she didn't hurt herself.
No, she's licking it. She needs sugar.
Look at her look at you. It's so cute.
When she was little, she was this. But not quick to come here. She likes it.
Yeah, she loves that chair. I don't know why. She loves that love seat. I've never seen my dog lick her foot for so long. I can't imagine. Oh, now she's chewing her nails. I didn't even think about the tarot reading because of the dog. I'm gonna move so I can't see her looking at her foot and licking it and chewing on it. Spirit, can you give me a little bit more information about the maybe next time card? What are you trying to convey in regards to the maybe next time card? You know, it's so interesting. This card popped out, but then it flipped over again, and I was like, well, maybe it's not important enough. Then this card that fell on the floor upright came out of the deck, and then now this one again when I asked for clarification. I don't usually take my power deck out of anywhere for a mini roadmap, but I feel called to get one for you because I know what's going on and you're going through some changes. And what is the most important thing in this power deck from this power deck, Spirit, that you need Yang to know about herself and her journey in life right now? What she needs to be focusing on the most? What's the most important thing in regards to her power? Illumination. Okay. Can you just kind of give us a little bit about the love life? Do we have the love life cards? Okay, I'm just going to split the deck, see what we get. Passion. So I think you have a lot of passion to look forward to. What kind? Only you will know. Only you know what you're passionate about. There may be some new love interests coming into your life. But let's get started with what you need to know that's most important. You got the Magician and you've got the Ace of Pentacles. Spirit, once again, reminding you, you are the magic wand. You are this magician. And this Ace of Pentacles letting you know that staying in your power, knowing you are the magic wand, knowing you are the magician in this with your ideals, your idea, your thoughts, your feelings. You know, you have everything to offer on the table that's on this table. Okay, the wands of communication, the pentacle of stability, the cup of love and joy, the wand of communication, the magic wand. Wands are about communication. So you know, and anyone who's around you, they feel enchanted by you. They feel mystery from you. They feel the magic. Spirit saying you have the power and the opportunity in this Ace of Pentacles to really be successful with whatever it is that you choose to be, because you're a very lucky person. Opportunity with your finances to make your finances be more like with your creative ideas. You're on a roadmap trying to find out what it is that you could do. What is it that you could create? What kind of opportunities can you create to make more income, to be more financially stable, more financially and emotionally secure? The Spirit says you definitely have all the tools you need. You're on that roadmap now. You're at that crossroad, but you've got to fill in the blanks. I can't do it for you. I can't say, Move away from that tiny, terrible town and go to someplace cool where you're going to be happier and they actually have work for you. You know, and if you are happy there, then, you know, move into a place or into an idea that you can create the world that you want. And what does that look like to you? What does that feel like to you? So there is a King of Pentacles here. This card's all about trust. Trust yourself. Follow your inner compass. This could be about someone in your life who might be a man, male energy, but it's somebody who makes you feel secure. Somebody you know is not abusive. Somebody who might even be coming into your life on this crossroad that you're at right now. So anything that feels doubtful, anything that feels like shadow or hate, replace the intrusive thoughts with love and light during your carefree timelessness. Subliminals that might help calm you down. Maybe meditation videos you find on YouTube. Maybe writing your affirmations down and saying them to yourself. Like, I am the majestic ass queen in my reality. Spirit says if you are looking for something special, you know, you might find it next time, knowing that you are enough, that you are the feast. Fixing that self-concept in regards to how you feel about yourself, how you feel about others, how you feel in general. But what have you got to look forward to? You definitely have a lot to look forward to in regards to good food and comfort, and enough as a feast. Okay, maybe next time, well, what is the most important question to you that you need asked right now? Maybe next time is the answer. Okay, maybe next time, you know, it's all going to work out. What if it all works out right now? And you didn't have to wait for next time, but your carefree timelessness right now is going to be the most important time, so that you can take these dark times and turn them into something more lighter, more brighter, more full of love and light. And it's already begun. I mean, it really has already begun. I mean, there's no pause or break or anything like that. You know, you're on a crossroad in this Two of Swords. Think about what you want. You want a family, you want kids, you want a boyfriend, you want a girlfriend, you want to be rich, you want to be poor, you want to be a hobo, you want to live in Tent City, you want to live on Malibu Beach in a $30 million mansion. It's really up to you, and you can have whatever you want. But it all starts with good concept, accepting the fact that you are the magic wand, nobody else. Nobody else is the director of your movie, trusting that inner compass. You know, nobody else is the star of your movie. Nobody else writes your love story for you. I mean, I can help you write it, but you're the one that has to actually take the action. So let's see. You can see the card. I know that's Buddha's statue. You've got the carefree eagle. You've got the orchids in the vase. You've got the world. What's so interesting is this is also like a window as well. It's like a window to somebody's soul. It's like a window that's in the shape of Buddha, and you're looking out and there's all these floating clouds. You see the eagle outside of the window. It's so weird. Like, I love how there's so many different perspectives. It also looks like the window to the soul. It also looks like a ghost floating in outer space with the moon up above. But it's so interesting, all the different perspectives that you could take on from this. It's definitely multidimensional. So the most important thing Spirit needs you to be working on is your illumination. 37, East, yellow is the color. As darkness comes, the mirrors of your spirit reflect different images. It is the time when the world changes and your being begins to glow. Like, I feel like this card's saying, yeah, it's like focus on that glow up. Reflect on the new vision that has been living in the perimeter of your consciousness. Wow, this whole reading has been about that. An idea is stalking you and awaits your invitation. A place within you to begin life. The totality of your creativity comes after you have begun your work on the sacred painting of your life. I just told you, wow, what do you want? You want kids? You want marriage? You want Just a boyfriend? You want a girlfriend? What do you want? Because we know you don't want what you've been going through. And we know that you might waste the rest of your life trying to manifest the best version of him. You can be done, but not unless he's making you feel 100% yummy and good about himself and you, and he's not. You have to accept that. But if there is something inside of you that, still makes you feel yummy about that, and you feel he's the one, and you want to try, keep trying. But I really feel like this is a time of newness for you. This is something new for you. New love, new life, filled with nothing but happiness and joy, even if there are difficult times. I mean, literally, the day I decided that I was the magic wand, doesn't matter how shitty TurboTax is, life is great. Doesn't matter how difficult it all seems, it's really not. Once I was able to get into that state of mind that I want to be in, instead of the one I don't want to be in. And that can be a struggle for some people without alcohol, sex, and drugs, or sugar, or coffee, or even just food in general. So the totality of your creativity comes after you've begun your work on the sacred painting of your life. It is then that the muses of inspiration surround you like eagles and cheer you on through illumination. Take responsibility for your work and your life, and illumination will follow. Even if that means going back home to your parents. But that's not always for everybody either. So, I don't think that kind of, it's for everyone like it is for me. But, I just came to the point in my life where it was like, why do I have roommates who steal from me? Why would I want roommates that steal from me? Why would I want roommates that put signs up all over the house about what I can and I can't do in my home that I'm paying them rent for? Why do I want to live in a situation with people I don't know that well? I could just live with my parents who respect my privacy and respect my space just as much as I respect their space and privacy. And when I want to do adult things with other adults, I go do it. It's just simple. I know a lot of people want to move out of their parents' house because they want to be able to be in a relationship and have an openly sexual relationship with whomever they choose, or maybe they just want to sit on the couch naked and play Xbox all night, or whatever makes you happy. But take a look at what your path of least resistance is. Like, what is it that you keep choosing? What is it that you keep doing? And then you return to the same space where you're not happy. I'm saying this to everybody, because at the end of the day, sometimes in regards to what that looks like, what do you want? It's just like, look, Dollface, what she wants. She knows what she wants. Now she went and told him. Now all she has to do is wait for him to respond. Even if he doesn't respond in the way that you want him to respond, at least you asked. At least you took the initiative to say, hey, I need to know how you feel about this. Let's work this out, because I don't have time to waste, Thank you so much for your donation, Yang. Keep me updated. Excuse me. You're so welcome, gang. Give me 1 second. There was something I wanted to say, but then, like, sometimes I space out. Let me just go back and see what I said to you. Because I spaced out because I'm ADHD. Give me 1 second. There was something I wanted to say, but then, like, I maybe had like 3 hours of sleep in the last day or 2 because of taxes. Sometimes they could tell you, when things are not going to be able to be e-filed. I mean, how was I supposed to know? They didn't even tell me that last year. I just had to go and send it. Yes. At least you took the initiative to say, hey, whatever makes you happy. They want to be able to be in a relationship and have an openly sexual relationship with whoever they choose, or maybe they just want to sit on the couch naked and play Xbox all night. Or whatever. Whatever makes you happy. But take a look at what your path of least resistance. Oh yeah, the path of least resistance. That's right. What I was telling you about the path of least resistance. If you're still there, take a look at the path of least resistance that you've taken again and again and where it's taken you. Okay, well, it seems easier to work it out with doofloppy in a relationship than try to find somebody new because, well, I can always work it out. And I just know that I can work it out. But you take the path of least resistance with him again and again, and it doesn't work out. So they'll actually tell you, even in the law of attraction, law of assumption, manifesting, in many different subjects and matters in the world and in life, they'll say, take the path of least resistance. Because it's what feels natural and it's what will likely be easy to manifest or to create for your life or to deal with. So when I thought about that, I thought about how many times have I taken the path of least resistance? Well, I don't have any good weed to smoke because of it anymore, because I'm terrified to grow and I'm terrified to get in a 50-year-old car and go pick up any. Let's see, what else are the least path of resistances I've taken? Oh, staying in the haunted house, just taking it 1 hour, 1 day at a time, because that's been the path of least resistance, but it's really gotten me nowhere, or anywhere I want to be, or anywhere close to it. So that's when about a year or so ago I was just like, well, I'm gonna have to change it. I'm gonna have to stop taking the path of least resistance and figure out what is it that is not the path of least resistance for me and take it. So I started getting online and doing the tarot card readings, which thank God I did, because I can't imagine where I would be without that income today. Because nobody calls the call center unless I'm making 50 cents a minute, and I'm just not going to do that. I don't know where I'll be in a year, but hopefully it'll be happier. But I will have to say I am a lot happier today than I have been in a long time. And I believe that you can be happy and get happier. I believe you can be healthy and get healthier. I believe that you can be wealthy even if you don't have money, and you can become wealthier with money. I need to save a bug. I'll be right back. Okay, little sneaker bug. All right, I'm back. Oh, no, I understand. I really do understand. I mean, my mom growing up was incredibly wealthy, and my dad was a peasant. It's been interesting. Unfortunately, money made my mom's side of the family ogres. So I guess money's more important to them than me, is how it's always felt. I don't hold it against them. It's just that it's just when you're a family, you're supposed to be there for each other, not be there for each other only if you have money. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, definitely. And many people are not able to see that, whether they're wealthy or they're not, with money in their bank. It has become a world where it's like the way it looks, the image of it all, is so much more important than what's going on here. It's even like, it's difficult for me when friends of mine who are celebrities get called elitists and get called celebrities. Like, that's weird for me, because people who are like celebrities to me, I feel like Michael Jackson was definitely a true celebrity. As far as an elitist, nah. Elitists to me are like people who are like Biden and like Trump. I don't get into politics or anything. I don't even believe in it, but yes, absolutely. Well, because you always need money. Because you have to trade money for something. Roof over your head, food, gas, comfort. It's just the way life is. It didn't matter if they were trading rocks or trading money. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know that money can change the beauty of life. Because I feel like the beauty of life comes within. Yeah, so if you had a lot of money, you could, go live in that $30 million mansion on Carbon Beach. But even if I had that, who am I going to share it with? The men I'm interested are not interested in better women. So I guess that's a limiting belief I need to work on now. They can't even say I love you back. What kind of husbands are they? They can't even say I love you back to their friends. What kind of men are they? Just because I say I love you doesn't mean I want to fuck you or fuck you over. You know what I mean? It becomes so weird to me to think that it's so much more important to the image of it all on the outside. It's just fucking sick. It really fucks with my head. It's like look at all those people that get plastic surgery because they don't like something about themselves. Like that's their prerogative. If she wants fish lips and tiger face, let her have it. She's obviously happier that way. She wants a BBL, better let her roses smell like poo-poo. Makes her feel better. You know what I mean? But and that's the thing I was talking about, materialism. Like my sister would rather the family look wealthy so that her kids could go to a better school and suffer and not have a dollar and not have hardly anything just so she could have that self-image, even though it made them homeless at the end of the day. She didn't care. And she got that from my grandmother. And I think they're all like that. This fish lips and tiger face. Hey, Texas Taurus, how are you, dear? Welcome back to the Chammy. How's your dog? I forgot to ask. Is he peeing blood? Did I ask that? Because my vet said the only reason that she would worry about the dog needing to be fixed or something wrong with the prostate is if it's peeing blood or has bloody looking pee. Okay. I just thought that'd be an interesting thing. I woke up today. That was the first thing I thought about was her dog. I guess because my dog's face was not too far from mine, which meant that his prostate was around there somewhere. Humping. Don't let him hump. No. The humping makes his prostate even more enlarged. He's a hard time pooping though. Okay. Are you giving him probiotics at all? What is he eating? I know we go from love life and sex and money to dog prostates and dog poop. God, this channel is crazy. I'd leave already. So you need to get some of those for puppy. It might be cheaper at Amazon. This helps my dog poop better. I don't know why. I put one packet of it on his food, but because they're so tiny, I've been mixing it up, like all three of them. He might just need softer food. Is he only eating crunchies? Oh my God, it's 111. Is he only eating crunchies? Because that's also going to make Purina meaty bites. Yeah, he needs, excuse me. He needs something more like this. But when I saw the price of this stuff, I was like, couldn't I just make that every day since I have the time? But what you might be able to do is you might be able to go out and get the ingredients and make all the prepackaged meals for the dogs for the week, or at least for him. Because having a digestive issue could also be causing even more inflammation. But the inflammation is probably there causing him to have a poo-poo problem, yeah. Crunchy with moisture in there, yeah. He also might not be drinking enough water. Dogs don't like stagnant water. My dogs will drink out of the stagnant water bowl, but they really prefer the fountain. The dogs, man. But yeah, so I went to go see what the craze was about. Also, this might help too. 1 second. Instant custom recipes, totally free. Check this out. I think this gives you to build the recipe. Here you go, dear. Check this out. Get the doggy better. Because sometimes when you think about the animal, think about the human. So if you go to a urologist, which I've been to a urologist plenty of times with my dad about his prostate. Sorry, Dad, I'm talking about your prostate. But I've noticed that him eating more anti-inflammatory foods helped. So one thing that's going to also help your dog is turmeric. A little bit of turmeric in the food, okay, to help him with inflammation or any joint pain or anything like that. And getting him more broccoli, a little bit more kale, a little bit more green peas, a little bit more apples. These kind of applesauce in this food, these kind of things for your dogs are going to make their digestive system so much happier because they're omnivores. So what's happening is when we get the dry dog food, we're feeding them all this meat. And they're omnivores like us. They need to have plants, fruits, vegetables. They need protein, but they need the plant matter, just as much. And applesauce is going to be great for him, for any of them. It's going to be good for their colon, good for their stomach, good for their eyes, and also supplements. There's a lot of different supplements that might be good for him as well, and the other dogs, like a multivitamin, like what's it called? Rusty Paws? What's it called? It's not called Rusty Paws. It's called something else. It's Zesty Paws, duh. Zesty Paws has a lot of different options that you can go through looking on Amazon. I don't really have any specifically that I've used before other than the multivitamin 8-in-1 bites. I don't know how they liked this garbage. It just tasted like dirt to me. They just love it. But I hear that dogs have different tasters. Hey, Pam Bear, how are you, dear? I was not in this window for a minute. So check out Zesty Paws. I'm just going to put it in the chat because I don't have a link for you. But at least if you ever come back here. But yeah, there's so many things that I didn't realize that the dogs do need. And plants is one of them. So the more plants and fruits he has to mix with the meat, the chicken, the turkey. And you might want to feed him more chicken or turkey-based fowl foods because beef is so tough on the system. Okay. And lamb, it's also just as tough on any digestive system. We're doing good, sweetheart. Glad you woke up today, Pam. It's nice to see you, honey. Salmon is perfect. Did you know that dogs prefer fish over chicken and beef? Believe it or not. And I have no problem with eating salmon. I mean, I was a vegan for a long time, but the moment I heard how salmon dies, I was like, oh, I don't feel so bad about that. Gonna go get me some salmon now and become a recovering vegan. I love salmon. We just had some for dinner. I made salmon in the oven and some mac and cheese and some broccoli. But yeah, I feed the dogs salmon. I feed them chicken. I feed them turkey, broccoli, kale, apples, bananas, pears. Sometimes I'll give them a little snack like a peanut here or there or a pistachio here and there. But yeah. I'll make broths for them. But yeah, they changed the way they were eating about a year ago because of Rooney's skin. I noticed that the more that I fed them dry dog food, the itchier he got, the stinkier he smelled. I could wash that dog every day, all day long, dry him correctly, and slap whatever they have out there on your dog to make it smell better. I mean, he just smelled like a dirty sucks. He was Frito Bandito of all Frito Banditos. And I get Frito from the fact that it's like that yeasty smell from their feet. It smells like Frito factory. And I grew up right next to a Frito factory, so I know what that smells like. It wasn't until I took him off the dry dog food that he stopped itching so much and losing his hair and smelling like a dirty sock at a Frio factory. So keep me updated about your Poochie Pooch and his prostate. Maybe we can like do a fundraiser or something for him. All right, sweetheart, go to bed. I gotta go to bed too. Oh my God. I hate you, TurboTax. I will ruin your life, TurboTax, for what you did to me today. Good night, sweet dreams, Texas Taurus. I hope you all have a good night. I should probably go to bed too, because I have been up since the butt crack of dawn on the phone with TurboTax, only to get a big fat middle finger from them. And I've got a lot of phone calls to make tomorrow because interview in the morning. Okay, good luck, babe. Be safe. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. Yeah, good times. I gotta call the FTC and I gotta call the IRS. I might even call Georgia State, Texas. I just think that they all should know. I'm pretty sure someone's already called them. I mean, don't you think? Don't you think that they already know that TurboTax is a scam? How are you doing, Pam? Are you still there? Oh, you left. Okay. Sweet dreams, honey. Adios, guys. I'm going to bed. Kalanita. See you tomorrow.